YouTube.
Oh, it's okay. It's still green over here. I don't listen to them. And plus, it won't let me see what's going on here.
Oh, good.
So that's fine.
Ooh, all right, YouTube.
Excellent.
Well
let
done,
me get
YouTube.
situated while everybody's joining along with us.
You're dealing with cat issues.
I've been dealing with pussy issues. Hi, Ryan.
Ooh, I just out of focus. Oh, there we are. Ooh.
We seem a little off. A little bit. Maybe you could... Which way should I scoot? If I scoot this way, am I out? Or maybe if I'm so used to having the camera for 3 people.
Right, maybe just tilt it. There we go, that's a little bit, there we go, that's better, I think.
So.
I think we need to go this way.
This way? More you? Yes?
Yeah. Oh, no. I think let me scoot.
Wait, let me go to the...
Let me scoot. Oh. Maybe you need to scoot this way?
So I'm saying... I look so lost. I don't know what's going on.
What's happening here?
Okay, this one is a little more real to life. Okay, so this way.
That's towards me.
Okay, there's my arm.
Do I need to go? I need to go this way a little bit.
You need to come out?
I need to go this way a little bit. You need to scooch this way some more.
Oh my
Come
God.
towards me.
I swear I set this up before. Oh, there.
There we go. Jesus Christ.
It was just like a...
We're trying to figure out where we're going to be in terms of to get, like...
Oh, my
centered.
goodness. Let me get the show sheet up here.
Holy crap.
Because I actually was ready on time. And, I mean, here... Do I know what I'm doing?
Where'd the show sheet go?
It's hidden.
Oh, I'm like, it was just there. I know. I just put stuff on it.
It disappeared after you wrote on it.
Lord.
Well, welcome to episode 2 of season 7. I'm Felicia Minor.
And I'm Freddy Prinze Charming, for those of you who are new to the show.
And whoever... Oh, it's Facebook Messenger. It's Facebook Business Messenger. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
Well, welcome to our show. It's more than drag gossip. It's the issues that matter to you. So welcome to Let's Have a Fefe. It's your Wednesday night conversation.
We talk about real shit.
Basically. Or we get sidetracked and still talk about real shit.
Right. Very rarely do we ever, like...
Or I get, like, distracted on another thought that's, like, real and, yes.
But it's like, but very rarely do we ever end up talking about, like drag gossip or whatever, because...
No, I rarely have any. Hi, Mrs. Jones. So tonight is brought to you by Shelly Love Creative. You can find her at shellylovecreative.com. You can read the next one. So much breath. I'm just kidding.
I was like,
you can read.
Oh, I was like, where are we going? Oh, Wigs of a Kind at wigsofakind.com, and the Burly Barber at the Burly Barbers. There's an S there. .com.
I promise that we did not.
Dustin just discovered them today. I was like, he lives like a block away, and he just discovered them today.
Oh, we've only been doing this for about a year. They've been.
That's cool.
I don't know where to put this.
I don't.
Because I'm trying to live my life.
Well, there's
several different screens.
You have to put that over there, and then like make this
smaller,
have to and then like take
figure out how I can get a producer screen over here.
Oh,
yeah,
I'll work on that.
No, I haven't fixed the monitor. So,
but if you took that one out and then made it smaller, like over here where you can see the chat there, and then
see, this is the thing about YouTube; it'll be a bitch watching. Nope, it doesn't adjust.
What? Oh, there we go.
Hi Ryan, you're over there now. Okay. God. And then Facebook doesn't adjust. It just makes things really awkward.
Oh.
See? Oh, it's telling me that my business page needs to be updated.
Oh, that's good. Okay, well, we'll move that back over then.
It's
fine. We can just see the chat over here. So we're all right. We're good. Jesus Christ,
this is hard. First time. We couldn't do this show without the support of our Patreon supporters like Brandon McGill, Carrie McClemens, Leanne Dutton. Oh my gosh, why can't I say T's? Why? That was awful. I'm so sorry, Leanne. Patricia Mason and Molly Montgomery.
You can join the Fefe movement and support us at patreon.com/let's-have-a-Fefe. We have plans for all the
boom mic.
The stuff.
I'm talking to someone about figuring out what the right boom.
Something. We have plans
if we do
to
lapels,
do things like
we move around. So I do anyway. That you would hear me move during the show.
So we're trying to figure out a way to upgrade the audio. We're trying to figure out a way to upgrade the video. We're trying to do things to make things better.
Better.
More better.
More better than they were before.
Right.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Not much.
I hate you so much.
So, Friday night was Cat Bingo.
I'll get to that part. You have to let me introduce the next part.
Okay. Well, we celebrated Felicia's birthday over in Tempe at La Guitarra, and
all I can say is I was overwhelmed.
It was pretty cool, and she ended up with a new Betsy Johnson bag, which she basically stole.
I didn't steal. Ryan's watching, so Ryan will contest that I did not steal this.
Well, technically, this was not the original bag that was gotten for her. Gotten. But she swapped out what they did get for her for this one when they showed her when this one came out. This was supposed to be the raffle prize. And
I lost my shit.
And Missy was like, I wasn't sure if you'd like it.
We're having a pink party.
I'm like, Pepto-Bismol threw up in here and you didn't know if she'd like a pink and black bag?
Yeah, we traded. Ryan got the winning ticket and see what happened was, before it was even decided who won the raffle, I saw the bag come out. I grabbed the purse that was originally for me and switched it, and I said, now we can proceed.
Yeah, she did. She absolutely did. Yeah.
And
it was like a white elephant birthday.
I was like, what the? Why would... And she didn't even show you that.
No,
to decide on which one.
And the one that she got you wasn't an option on the ones that she showed me either. Because Missy was like, here, what do you think about these? What do you think about these? So I was going through some of the ones that she showed me. I said, well, this one probably, this one, this one, yes, whatever. Neither of those were on the ones that she showed me.
And it came with a cute little handbag, which I haven't switched my
It was like regular... a 2-for-1.
Yeah, and we're traveling soon, so...
She need to carry on.
Bitch, that is cute. And then the first gift before all the madness.
Oh, and this was cool.
Was this? Am I showing it to you? Am I going
this way? This way, towards me.
Okay.
There you go.
You can see our great studio lighting.
Right. Hey!
But yes.
This was from one of the first ones we did. It was last year.
This was after you came back from Austin. You know how I know?
Huh.
Because you were wearing that glitter that I'm still jealous of.
Oh,
but
that's
I hope they're selling it there.
That's right.
I don't know if you could see. Sorry, I took it out.
It was, but no, it was last year.
It was right after.
Yeah.
You had just come back from Austin. I was like, where'd you get that glitter? So, yeah. If anybody has any bookings they want to put me in, I mean, I do private parties. Not the private parties that are nasty, but the private parties like kids' birthdays and stuff. I do kids' birthdays. I'll read them a story or whatever. I'm good with kids. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I heard, I think.
The thing is not... There we go. That's better.
It keeps getting lost in the bosoms.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the best part of the weekend. I was not the only one that got a present. You are now looking at the newly crowned Mr. King of the Desert USofA MI Classic. Oh, I forgot to put classic right there.
That's okay.
Just in case there's somebody else.
Somebody gonna call you out on that, I'm sure.
Whatever.
Right. My sash is about 8 feet long to be able to fit all of that on it.
Yeah.
Which the pageant was actually all the way out in Casa Grande. So we got to spend...
Hold on.
Okay.
You go ahead and tell me.
We got to spend the entire day in Casa Grande at the airport tavern.
Which makes it sound like we were at the airport.
Right.
We were not at the airport.
Not at the airport. But it was good. I mean, at least
my point of view.
From my point of view, I mean,
tell them why.
So okay, well, originally it was supposed to be myself and at least one other contestant, possibly two, but it ended up just being myself. Which anybody that knows me knows I'm not generally a fan of just being
appointed,
like not like just kind of handed the title kind of thing. Like I like to work for it. I like to
earn your piece, yeah.
Right. Like I don't want to just show up and be like, whatever, here's me and this is what you get. So I put basically the cast of Spotlight and Dustin Riot through it. And actually came out with a big, full-on talent number and everything.
Let me just say, LaWanda Jackson was taken by you. She did a, cause I think at first she thought, he's just gonna, do what he needs to do to get out of here.
I think that might have been what a lot of people thought I might have done. Like I was just gonna come up and do enough to get me by. And in an interview, they always say, would you like to leave us with any thoughts or whatever? And I said in my interview, I told the judges, I said, I would like you to know that regardless of whether it is me or whether there are 50 contestants, I'm going to bring my A game and I'm going to make sure that if I win this title, I will have earned this title.
No, Freddy does not live at the airport now.
No, I do not live at the airport, although it seems
that's
that way
sometimes.
That's a good question. So I mean,
Albert.
It was interesting though. We ended up getting hit with a couple of short rainstorms.
You're lucky I was not in drag, because I would have been mad.
So things got pushed back a little bit, but that's okay. Luke and Roxy Adaraz really busted their asses to make sure that everything went as well as.
I hope they get a nice little indoor venue next time.
That would be wonderful. I would love an indoor venue.
Roxy put through. She made. So first, she had this candy bar that we couldn't stay away from, and then this is how you know that we had our priorities all wrong. We started protecting the candy.
Right, never mind about anything else. Don't worry about the candy.
Nothing about the contestants, just the candy.
Make sure
she had this full spread of candy bar, and we were like, protect the candy. Get it under the canopy. Okay. Get the crowns. That was it. Are they okay? Oh, we forgot to ask them.
We're fine. Cool, thanks. We're good. Yeah. But it was good. Dita Savage competed, and Averiana from California came back out to compete for this one, too. She drove
herself.
And honestly, between the two of them, it was a very good competition. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Legitimately, it could have gone either way. Sometimes when there's only a couple of contestants, you kind of have an idea, okay, I think it'll probably go this way, but really between of them, I could not have told you up until the actual.
We heard it was split
everything
between 2 points.
I mean, it was the 2-point difference, and those 2 points could have honestly come from anywhere.
For those people that live in that pageant world, 2 points is your life. Sometimes, you're because when you hear the hostess or the host say, separated by 2 points. You're like I hope I was on the other side of those 2 points.
Right. So I mean, the way USofA scoring works, it was gonna be a marginal difference, but like I said, those 2 points could have been anywhere. You know what I mean? There could have been, in terms of where those 2 points could have come from, because Dita ended up winning 2 categories. And Averiano ended up winning 1 category, but the way that could have worked is there could have been one of them winning, 1 category each. There could have been a tie in a category. So, you know what I mean? It could have been anywhere, but it was a good competition between the two of them.
We all held our breath.
So It was good. And it was sort of Brandon Packer's kind of retirement party as well. It was his last performance in Arizona. He's decided he's going to focus on real life, which is awesome.
What's that like?
Right. You know, I mean, he's entitled. He's been doing this a while, and so that was it was good. And there were some. It was great to see Ruby Scott again. Got to see her a couple weeks ago when she was out here for Arizona USofA MI and Diva, and then Ken D'Artagnan, who I competed with him like at the very beginning.
Like when you first started the drags?
Like back when USofA MI had first started. Like we competed together. Way back then, and I hadn't seen him in a hot minute, so it was good to see him again. And DC came out. It was good to see.
That was a surprise,
right? It was good to see DC again, and it was a really good panel of judges. And you know, like I said, whole thing was
it was like a national.
It was a national level panel essentially. And you know, the one thing that I kept saying and that I kept telling everybody, including all my team and everybody that was there helping me, including Felicia, who kept yelling at me because I kept not asking her for help. Sorry. I'm self-sufficient for the most part. Like, it's hard. Like, I
know.
Like, I have my dresser there in case I need something, but for the most part, I just do what I need to do, and then, you know.
I was mostly like, I wasn't a dresser on Sunday. I was more of like a secretary.
Well.
Will you find the dancers? Okay.
Right. You know,
sure, Mr. Sir, I'll do that.
But you know, I wanted to make sure that when whatever I did, you know, my team and the people that were backing me knew that I was giving 110%. You know, because they were.
I cried.
They were there. They were, you know, they had worked so hard for me, and I didn't want to half-ass it, and I wanted to make sure that I put 200%. Going with it. So, you know, I didn't want to let anybody down, and I wanted to make people proud, and I'm hoping I can do the same thing again at Nationals, and ooh, I'm excited about Nationals. So...
I feel like you've already thought about this for a while,
maybe.
So I think that part should be okay.
Maybe. We shall see. But, oh, and this is part of my prize package right here, this lovely bow tie from Christian Designs, which, if Christina Gloria Fatale is... Listen, it's not changing. We're gonna have to.
The pen ain't working, girl.
We're gonna have to have a discussion about a couple things.
The pen ain't working.
Stuff. So we're gonna have a.
That was like a fight to get that on.
Right. We're gonna have a discussion.
He can't put it on himself.
I love it. I think it's stunning, but.
And I broke.
We need a little bit of a. We need to have a discussion.
You guys can't tell how I broke it, but I broke it.
Right. I know it's there.
Christina's probably watching, thinking, "You bitch."
Right.
Sabotage.
But no, it was. I mean, from where you from where you were sitting, from you.
I saw the whole thing, and
I didn't get to watch it. I didn't get to see anything. You know,
I almost started to record it, then I got caught. Which we need to. Will somebody tell me? I'm not trying to be belligerent. Somebody tell me why we can't record at
a prelim. My question is, why can't we, like, even if I need it for me, like, say, what if
what I had said. I said I'm only recording it so he will watch it.
And what if that was going to be my talent for Nationals, and I needed to be able to see it so that we could know what we needed to improve on? You know what I mean? That's the only way to be able to critique it and be like, okay, you see this part right here, this needs to be fixed. Like,
it's like watching the football game. You see the plays over and over. You're like, see that one play that didn't
work. Right, that didn't work, or this needs to be fixed, or whatever. So that's a little...
I made a football
unfortunate.
Analogy.
You know, but...
I know it's weird for
you. Know, so not having seen it, I don't know. I have no idea what was going on behind me. I don't know how I looked.
You look stunning.
In any of it. I don't, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm just going to go out here and do shit because...
You saw, because we took pictures of you.
I know, but it's different. Did you take pictures of talent?
I did, but they were blurry.
No.
Your fiance got better ones. That is her thing.
It is, yeah. It's fine.
She's the one with the monsters.
So yeah, no, it was good, and I do appreciate everybody that drove out to Casa Grande, whether you came out to support or whether you came out to help me out or whatever. So
every time I see Kenneth Blake's name pop up there, I get like the.
Do you get all fluttery?
Yeah, like the
Jesus.
That's
right. I feel like I made it. I feel like I made it because Asia O'Hara sent me a friend request.
As you should have.
Yes.
Hi, Vivica.
Thank you, Vivica.
You're watching the world.
Who's even playing? Does it matter? If the Cubs aren't playing, then who the fuck cares, right?
Hi, Shelby.
Oh, hi, Shelby.
Oh, hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
We're just all the whole family.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody. Hey,
Hi,
Jamie. So it was good. What else have we got going? Oh,
we have one more thing.
we do have one more thing. You get it?
Yes, I know what page it's on too.
Oh, look at that.
So we are featured, and I say we are featured because, and I don't know where the middle of the screen is. I have to hide the chat.
It's good.
For a minute
Towards me.
It's
fine.
Because there's usually somebody here.
Right.
We are featured in the Phoenix magazine, and I love this title. It says "The Essential Guide of
Drinking in the Valley." Yes, or something. I don't know.
Because I know nothing about that.
Yeah,
and we're featured.
Right.
Not this big.
That's not me.
Glorious
not
picture of nobody
pants.
doing anything.
Right. That's not us.
But
this way. That's me. It's gonna be one of those nights, kids. One of those nights.
Right there. Look at it. It's us.
That's us at bingo.
And it was shot by Mellow Jello. And we owe credit to Muriel. I always fuck up her last name.
I'm not even sure I know what her last name is.
Muriel of Phoenix Magazine for including us in this.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. It's a great mention, and
I did tell her that they spelled your name wrong.
Spelled my name wrong.
But she was gonna get me more copies.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, so look at that. We're doing shit. Yeah.
I love the feel of this too. Did you feel that? It's like matte.
Oh, that's fun.
I was like, oh, fancy.
Why is Ryan gonna get arrested? I don't know why Ryan is gonna get arrested.
Who's gonna get arrested?
Ryan said he was gonna get arrested. I don't know. So
why? Don't go getting arrested. Be safe out there. What made you want to compete again, Freddie? Vivica asked.
Well, okay, so oddly enough, that was actually one of my questions during the interview.
Thanks for sharing, Jamie.
So, why did I want to compete again now, in particular, was really the question. Because the last time I was at Nationals, I made first alternate. And I was able, the following year, if I had wanted to go back and compete again. And I opted not to. Everybody kept telling me, but it's free. And no, my entry is free. Ain't nothing else free.
We had to get there.
Right, not free. But, yeah, I understood the sentiment, but not free. And I wasn't feeling it. I had, after placing first alternate that year, I had personal stuff that I wanted to do. I came back from Nationals, and, 2 months after coming back from Nationals, I had top surgery.
Ooh.
I was
that video's on our YouTube page, too.
I was able to take care of things that I wanted to take care of personally, and I knew that if I went back, it wouldn't.
You'd be right there in the smack.
It wouldn't have. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to. It wasn't I wasn't yes, I'm gung ho. I really want to do it.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, so I have this itsy little rant.
Uh-oh.
If you're going to compete for a pageant, and I say if with that lean, even if you're not sure, don't do it if you're not fully prepared. Don't say, I'm going to find something in my closet. Don't say...
Don't half-ass it.
I'm going to borrow that gown from that girl, and I don't know if I can get it from her. Make sure if you're going to borrow a gown from someone, I am not one to say I will not borrow a beautiful gown from somebody. But what I'm saying is, if you do borrow the stuff, do it ahead of time. Make sure you got your shit in order, because sometimes when you borrow gowns, sometimes stones are missing.
Nice. So you want to make sure everything's in order.
Sometimes.
Make sure you want it. That's the whole big thing.
Make sure it fits. Make sure you live in it. Make sure you can breathe in it. Exactly. This is why I'm getting stuff for it. Yes.
So this year, and I had thought about it, and I had... Previously, I was I think I might be done competing. So I wasn't sure. I was meh. But the more I grew... as a drag artist and as an entertainer, the more I was thinking, well, you know what? Why the fuck not? Why don't I go back and...
Those kids are okay.
Really, the more I thought about it, I'm okay, this might be the year that I want this. So, my plan is, this was the year that...
You almost kept it a secret.
I really didn't tell a whole hell of a lot of people until it needed to be discussed.
I was like, hey, you're gonna need to be a dresser on this day. I was like, okay.
But you know, I have a plan for nationals, and I'm gonna go, and I'm going to go as me, and I'm going to do what I need to do, and if I can, I would love to come back with that national crown. And if I don't, you know what? That's okay. But I sure as fuck am going to get out there and, you know, throw everything on the floor because, yeah.
Can I do that for your talent?
Sure.
I'll just come out.
Perfect. So I have some plans. So that's why I decided this year as opposed to before. And
plus, he's been brewing with ideas.
Right. Like I have ideas.
I'm like,
so this is why I'm feeling it this year, which is why I was like, all right, if I'm getting that bug and I'm really like gung ho about it, then
I haven't gotten the bug yet.
You're getting there. You're itching.
You know what happens is like I keep dressing sassy. I keep dressing you.
Right, and it's like
I'm like,
yeah.
So yeah, it's coming, but I have to be, like I said, I'm not just telling you to be ready. I'm telling everybody to be ready. If you're gonna borrow. If you're gonna, don't steal. Please don't
steal.
Because people, I've been following some Instagram stories. Girls are getting ruthless. They're screenshotting and putting in their Insta stories.
Yeah.
And all I can say is I got a refund from somebody I was gonna buy jewelry from.
Yeah. So,
with that nastiness being said, let's speak on to the horrible nastiness that is known as the United States, or that of someone.
No, go down first. So, yeah. So, unless you've been living under a rock the last couple days,
this one freaked me out. Is that the one you're gonna talk about?
Yeah, all sorts of things. So, unless you've been living under a rock, then you know that there's been some shit happening here, and it's starting to get to the point where, like, it's literally like I'm just sitting here going, what the fuck?
You didn't put the one thing that's coming from South America up.
Oh, I didn't. You're right. I didn't get that. So over the last, I think, day or so, there have been three. I think it's day and a half. 3 pipe bombs have been delivered. One to the Clintons.
Hey, girl.
One to Obama's office, and one to the CNN New York offices. Well, you know, what better way to get rid of the fake news, right? Than just blow it the fuck up.
Don't send any bombs here unless you want to send wigs.
And I'm sorry, but I know damn well that there are certain people that are going to blame the terrorists.
But it's the white people.
Bullshit.
There was also a shooting in Kentucky. Say what now?
Yeah, there's all sorts.
Was this a part of that?
There's all sorts of shit that's happening right now, and honestly, I 100% blame the fucking current administration because they're the ones that have encouraged this. They have incited violence. They have.
Oh, you forgot one other thing.
What did I forget?
Mr. Orange saying he's a nationalist.
Lord. I want to play a game and be like, who said it? Hitler
oh my god. We should do Orange Face Bingo.
Oh, there we go.
Who said this?
That's right. It's going to be our tiebreaker. Jesus Christ. Who said it? Hitler or Trump? Ooh, I don't know. It's going to be tricky.
Ooh.
Gonna be tricky.
My goodness.
Yeah, so Trump is a nationalist.
What he forgot to tell everybody is that if he was a little more up on his history and stuff,
that would require
nationalist has never been a thing in this country, but white nationalists have.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, you're not racist, but you just proved that you are.
Thanks for that. So, yeah, we have a nationalist in office. We have pipe bombs being sent to people that are very obvious targets based on what the administration has been saying.
They hyped up Michelle Obama, who's on a book tour. They hyped up her security.
Right. Oh, yeah. We have thousands of refugees trying to come up and seek asylum, which, by the way, is legal.
And they're not terrorists.
They are escaping countries that we fucked up. Like, we're the ones that are like, oh, look, here's your government. Let us help you fuck it up. Like, this is our fault. So maybe we stop meddling in shit.
Hi, Patricia.
Hey, Patricia.
Patricia, I still have your brush. I don't know how to use it, though.
Everything is going to shit in this country. And then this is the one that...
Are you going to break it open?
Yeah. So this is the thing that now is all over the news, all over social media, all over everything. And...
You know how this happened, right? A memo?
Yeah.
That was going around the White House that was supposed to be because somebody was concerned that this was the wrong way to go about things, leaked it.
So what's happening is the administration is trying to redefine gender. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to redefine gender as... Oh,
you gotta break it down.
Oh, I'm going to. So the first thing is they think that gender should be based on genitalia at birth. Which, that in itself
it had quotations
is... Right.
In it.
That in itself is problematic as fuck. And what...
So this doesn't just affect trans individuals?
No, it affects intersex people.
Yes.
There's all sorts of
Woo,
conditions.
Baby.
Any disputes about it would be resolved by genetic testing. Now...
What do they do with the intersex people?
See? So, what do you do when you genetically test someone and they have XXY, XYY, XXX? What are you going to do? And they may have ambiguous genitalia. Oh no! What are we going to do? Fuck it, just put them in a camp somewhere. They can go over there and do
that sounds familiar.
What that would do is that would essentially erase transgender people as a protected class under Title IX, which Obama basically redefined during his term. Title IX currently protects under sexual discrimination based on gender identity, all that good stuff, right? And basically the wording on this memo, the wording on what this is the sex listed on a person's birth certificate as originally issued shall constitute definitive proof of a person's sex unless rebutted by reliable genetic evidence. Now,
can I say one thing? This is going to be... Not only is it going to be hell on earth for all the people on this side of that White House, but it's going to be real... I thought about this. It's going to be really time-consuming and really expensive.
So here's the thing. The reality of this
and
is
it's not
that...
realistic.
Of course it's not. No, it's fucking stupid. The reality is the chances of this actually passing are very slim because it's going to have to go through, due process, and it's going to have to go through everybody. And
he did say that. He said, it's going to have to go through.
It's going to have to go through all the right steps and stuff. So the chances of it actually going through are very slim.
My problem is, why is it even thought of? Why is it even printed on paper?
Right. The fact that it's even an issue, the fact that we're even talking about this, speaks volumes for what's going on in this country as a whole.
Because, you know what? My mind goes 10 steps ahead all the time. I'm a warrior. So, if he's already doing this, you can't do this. Get out of my military. Right. If he's doing that, what's he gonna... Is he going for black people?
Well, yes, but we might be able to genetically test you to see if you have any white in you, and then you might be okay.
Well, I know there's white in me, but I don't... But what I'm saying is, it just sounds so radical. You know how he keeps saying everything is this and everything is that, but nothing belongs to him as the blame. He doesn't start these things.
No. He it's always
that memo didn't start with him. Right. He didn't see it.
Right. So the thing is though, because even though the reality is that the chances of this actually passing
2 years to get your passport again.
Mine's good for 10 years. I don't have to do anything with it. So, even though the reality is that this probably won't pass because there are enough people around that will stop it.
I hope
it's still very disconcerting. It's very, what this does is it just goes ahead and reaffirms to people that already tell us that we are less than second-class citizens, that we are whatever, mentally ill or whatever the fuck. Like, this just basically reaffirms all of that for those people.
But even if it doesn't pass,
it's still out there.
I want to say that the people that support Trump are very radical. And I'm not saying that all are, because some of them are so silent that you don't know what side they're on. But this radical behavior, even if it doesn't pass, it shows. It shows. Like, he's saying nationalist. He's saying this. He's
right, and look, we have
this.
pipe bombs being delivered to the Clintons, who he's been very vocal, they're enemy. Same thing with Obama. Obama sucks, blah, 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 blah. And then CNN is like the head of the fake news. So what better way to get I want all Trump. All of it.
Yes. Very
all of it.
Very disturbing.
So in seeing everybody's posts and stuff today, and
I posted one too.
It's
yesterday.
There's a lot of back and forth between, people. Some people are like, well, thanks for changing your profile picture, but it's not going to do shit. It's like, okay, look, here's the thing. Not everybody is able to go and march somewhere. Some people aren't able to take off work. Some people aren't able to do what,
So
they do what they do.
I said the same thing, and then I deleted everything I ever wrote. Because I said, well, I can't make it at work then. I said, well, you would take off work to do, drag. And I'm like, no.
But not everybody is in a position to take off work, period. That's the thing. Some people don't have PTO. Some people will lose their job if they take off work.
And my work is very political, so that kind of hits the line, too. I can't scribble on that line. I can't.
Like, you can't...
But I am
fault
more than
someone,
willing.
Right, you can't fault someone for not being in a position to go to a march or whatever. You don't know what their situation is, so don't pass judgment, because that's a bunch of horse shit. Like, just don't, because no. And somebody was on one of Landon Sider's posts. Landon Sider posted some stuff, and people were like, this one dude was like, well, that's all great and all.
Oh, I did see that.
Mm-hmm. And I jumped in and I was like, no.
I saw him jump in. We
need to know who our allies are right now, because there might be some trans person who is living in a rural community who is not out, who is not able to be out, who fears for their safety, and maybe they see someone who, they've looked up to or whatever, but they don't really know what their stand is or anything. So they see that person post something that says that they are supportive of, the transgender community or whatever, and that little bit of beacon of hope.
Yes.
Like, don't judge people for shit. Like, that's...
I did get a message that said, do you support this? And I was like, I support the cause. A lot of influential people in my life have... I mean, what? No, I don't support it. No, I'm just going to sit around and wait for something to happen. What I need for people to do is relax just a little bit and take it all in and then push back what you feel is right.
Knee-jerk reactions to things like this are not
Do not come at me because I'm a person of the community and say I'm doing this wrong.
Like, don't.
I mean, not all of us are going to march. Not all of us are going to sing at the rooftop, but I'm right behind this. Watch me. If I can raise money for a cat cafe in 7 days, I can get on toots and the horns.
Don't have a knee jerk reaction to somebody.
But for me, it's something you need to think about.
Right. You can't just immediately start attacking people. Like, that's not helpful.
And when we start and Landon said this in that post, that once we start attacking each other, that's what they want.
Right. They
want to see us fighting each other, and then they come in and say, look,
see,
you guys are getting along.
We told you.
You're not getting along anyway, so
right. Who the fuck
why
cares?
would you have
right.
them? I mean, see, don't feed into the madness.
Right. So
just because nobody's saying anything doesn't mean they're not doing anything.
Right. One of the things that I've been seeing are a lot of people saying, you know, how can I help? How can I support? How can I, you know, what can I do as an ally to be able to help the trans community right now? Like, what are things that I can do? So here are things that you can do if you are a trans ally, but you're like, I support my trans people, but I don't know what to do besides saying, okay, I support you, and maybe go to a march or whatever. Like, you know. So here's some things. These upcoming elections, vote blue. Vote blue across the board. I don't give a fuck.
What if they are there blue people that don't support LGBTQ?
There are, but the thing is you're gonna have better luck with the Democrat than you are with a Republican, regardless. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that the two-party system is broken. It's broken. However, until the rest of the country catches up with this, our best bet is to unseat all the Republicans. Period. Get them the fuck out. Which means it doesn't matter where you are, you fucking vote blue. You grab your friends that can't get to the polls and you vote
Why are we so
blue.
Orange?
Like,
Ryan, we're orange in that one. I'm not orange.
I didn't say anything.
What?
So you get to the polls. If you need help getting there, reach out to somebody. Find someone that can take you. Take a fucking bus. I don't care what you have to do. You get to the polls and you vote blue.
I'm an early ballot.
Me as well.
I need to finish reading all this junk.
Another thing that you can do is donate to places like the Transgender Law Center and even the ACLU. These are organizations that will, if anything happens, they're the ones that are going to put forward all the legal work to try and get things reversed. They're gonna go into to try to protect people. Do not donate to the Human Rights Campaign.
You gotta say why. You gotta say why.
They have always flip-flopped on their trans issues. They were not fans of making the ENDA trans inclusive.
Make sure you put that in the chat, Ryan.
Right? Why are you posting it there? They are also generally not super awesome when it comes to women and people of color. They also tend to support candidates who, even though their opposition has a track record of supporting LGBTQ rights, they support the candidate that has given them the most money. So they follow the money, not necessarily what's best. Do not, please, do not donate to HRC. Donate to trans-specific places like the Transgender Law Center or the ACLU, which at least is all-encompassing. Educate. There's a few out there. They can Google shit. Like, you can Google.
You're not the Google?
No.
Oh.
Educate yourself as to why sex assignment based on external genitalia is flawed. There are so many reasons, and again, I don't need to go into all of them. Like, you can Google it, and science will tell you why. Fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy tells you why. Like,
and there's documentaries on Netflix. I just watched one the other day.
There's all sorts of shit that you can find that tells you why this is flawed. So, do your fucking research.
You've been hanging around me too much.
Apparently.
Me and Coco.
Check in on your transgender friends. Because it is a very well-known fact that the trans community has a much higher percentage of depression, of self-harm, of suicidal tendencies, of suicidal thoughts, and of actual suicide. And things like this can be very, very rough on a population that is already struggling with acceptance.
And can I throw one other?
Yes.
I'm not saying call people out of the closet.
No, never.
Please.
Never.
Please don't.
Do not out anybody ever.
But my but is leave the person in the closet. But if you know somebody is transitioning and they're in the closet, don't call them out of the closet, but go check on them.
Check in on your trans friends. Ask if they need some company. Are they out of spoons and they need someone to help them with things like making food, walking the dog, basic stuff.
I need some help.
Do they need a ride to their doctor or their therapist appointment? Like, these are some simple things that can definitely be very, very helpful if, in a time like this when it's like, oh my God, what the hell? Like people are literally trying to erase me.
Well, the first sign was when he wrote with Sharpie.
Find local transgender 501c3s to donate to. They often provide fellowship and groups and therapy and stuff to your local trans community and your transgender youth. In Arizona, I would recommend either Trans Spectrum or especially AZ Typo, which is the Arizona Trans Youth and Parents Organization. AZ Typo, because they deal specifically with youth and families of youth. Like specifically with the kids. And right now, these kids, they're not dumb. They see what's going on. They hear things. So they're hearing things about people trying to make them go away, basically. And groups like AZ Typo are going to be there to be able to help these families support their kids and to, so that find your local trans groups, whatever it is that you need to do.
I know all churches are not open policy or whatever, but I know that you can go to some of these churches and they will help.
You can, but people are very sketchy about religion, so I wouldn't always recommend churches.
Well, there's non-denominational or
it doesn't matter.
God, whatever.
Even so, people are, when it comes to, especially the trans community. I'm just saying as an
option, it is
I know,
open.
I'm just saying when it comes to trans community, there's often a very big hesitation when it comes to anything.
The option is there.
So, and in this specific instance, don't lump the T in with LGBT. Trump is not coming for the LGBT community. Trump is coming specifically for the T. Recognize that. Like, don't be like, oh my God, he's coming for all the gays. No.
Absolutely no excuses. Everyone needs to vote.
This instant.
Absolutely.
In this instance, you cannot lump the T in with everything else. This is something that specifically affects just the transgender community. And what we don't need is somebody like, oh my God, I know the LGBTQ community is all blah, 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 blah. Not in this instance. This is all about the T. And that's something that needs to be recognized, and that's something that needs to be, like, that's, recognize that. Don't just, so, with that, there's some things that you can do as a trans person, that if this is...
I felt like we dealt with this before the election happened.
Yes. There are, yeah. A lot of this is the same, but... See where
Run!
we are. Run to Canada. Just go north.
I had some friends that just moved to London.
There you go. If you are able to, go get a passport with your preferred gender marker on it, even if it's just one of the temporary 2-year ones. There are programs all over the country that will help with that financially. Like, all over the place that will help with that financially.
I'll work you a double overtime. Let's go.
Right. Like, there are yeah. And that can be used as identification. It can be used as whatever. And it's a more sort of permanent whatever than like an ID. So I would highly recommend going to get your passport. If you Google like passport financial assistance for transgender people, there's going to be
passport photos and you live in Phoenix.
Felicia can get you passport photos.
I did one right.
Like there are things that will help you.
We are turning orange. It was me. Sorry.
Yeah. there are all sorts of things out there that can help you with that. So that is something I would highly recommend doing. You don't need any surgeries or whatever to get that done. So do it. Also, be safe. Don't put yourself in a dangerous situation just on principle. It's not worth it. And you getting your ass kicked and ending up in the hospital or worse isn't going to change anybody's mind. It's not. They don't give a fuck. If you go and confront some jackass, right-wing, neo-Nazi fuckhead and you kick your ass, they kick your ass, it's not going to do anything. It does nothing. It does nothing to change their mind, and all it did was get you hurt or get somebody else hurt. Like, don't do it. It's not worth it. Make sure you have a very strong support system. Know who your allies are, and don't be afraid to ask them for help. You know, even if it's like with some of the stuff that I mentioned earlier, even if it's something like, hey, I'm struggling with, Felicia, why are you laughing? This is not a thing.
I'm not laughing at you. Sorry.
Oh
Sorry. It was a message that was sent to me. Sorry. It was not
inappropriate.
It was appropriate for somebody just sent me a message and said my boobs were crooked.
Well, still.
I was like, wow, you're not even paying attention.
Wow, nice.
Sorry. All seriousness.
Know who your allies are, and if you need to ask for help with something, whether it's walking your dog, whether it's you're struggling to get out of bed and you need to do household chores or whatever it is, reach out and ask your friends, your allies, whoever it is that you need that you can ask. You know, even if it's something like, hey, I'm not doing so good. Do you want to come over and watch some stupid reality shit on Hulu or
we're not
whatever?
Watching that horror show.
Like, you know, whatever it is that you need to do, make sure that you have a good, strong support system. And this might be only really for peace of mind, but have an exit strategy. Especially if you happen to live somewhere which isn't really particularly trans-friendly. If you live in a more rural area, if you live in a smaller town that happens to be very much conservative, you know, have a way to get out if needed. Whether it's, you know, knowing where the closest Greyhound station is, or knowing where the closest Amtrak station is,
or how to get to the airport.
Right, or, you know, knowing, you know, where you can drive to, you know, reach out to your friends, or if you have a supportive family, you know, see if they would mind if you were like, oh my god, I can't stay here, I need to get out, can I come crash on your couch? You know, sometimes having that sort of a plan can kind of help at least give you some peace of mind, if that makes sense. Like, even if you never have to use it, which, God forbid you ever have to use it, but knowing that, okay, well, I have this, you know, all I have to do is pick up the phone and be like, hey, I'm on my way, and all I have to do is I have, you know, I know what I have to bring, I have my bag.
You're more than welcome to hide out here.
Right, I grab my bag, I grab my dog, and I'm out, you know, and then you can just go.
You got the animals.
So, you know, make sure that might be something that but will give you some sort of a peace of mind if you have an exit strategy plan to be able to get out of where you are.
I would say even in heavily populated places, you still need to watch where you are and figure out where you are going to go next.
And honestly, vote. Vote, 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 vote. Vote. They don't give a rat's ass about these fucking Pantsuit Nation goddamn stupid petitions, and I swear to God, if I get one more... They don't give a fuck about those petitions. They don't give a fuck if you march. They don't care. They don't care. If we march, they're just gonna march. And they bring guns. You know, and I'm not saying don't march, but what I'm saying is it only does so much. So go ahead and march. Go ahead and stand in front of the state capitol and say this is not cool. You know, and sign the petitions. But what they care about are their jobs. And we need to take those jobs away. Do not throw away your vote. Don't give me some lame-ass fucking excuse about how, oh, I forgot. Or, I couldn't just, no.
I posted this a couple weeks ago.
No. You get out there and you fucking vote. Because when you throw away your vote, this is what happens. For everybody that said, "Oh, I didn't want to vote for Hillary and I didn't really want to vote for Trump, so I just didn't vote." This right here is what happens. Mm-hmm. You threw away your vote. You weren't fucking thinking, or you did like a fucking like protest vote because fucking Bernie Sanders wasn't on the ballot, so you voted for some lame ass fucking other party. That's not going to work here right now. You can't throw away your vote. And I understand that the two-party system is broken. Believe me, I get it. But the only way to change that is to get the fucking people in office that can change that. And it's not going to be the people that are there now. The people that need to get in office are the people that we need to vote in that are more progressive, that at least have some sort of a brain that isn't a fucking Republican brain. Get the Republicans out, move the Democrats in. Most of them are running under the Democratic label because they know that's the only way they'll get elected. Not all Democrats are hardcore Democrats. A lot of them are more sort of independent. But they can only really run under the Democratic label. Get the Republicans out. It's the only way to get this system fixed is to get those old white fuckheads out. I'm just saying.
You mean there's no black people in there?
Oh my god, I think I saw one once. He might have been sweeping. I don't know.
Oh, Booker?
Right. Like,
That's not really
I swear to God, this more than ever, this, and it's like, well, this is just like, midterms. Okay, so you're just gonna not? Like,
P.S. The weird man that's running this place, that we let do this, is campaigning, but what you guys don't realize, this is the part where they get their ammunition from. Because as a marketing person, this is where I could get the most data. I don't work for a politician that's running, so don't come after me. This is where people get their information. The reason why you're seeing those annoying commercials on TV is because 2 years ago, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And so now people are acting a fool.
Right.
So I've never in my life seen a billboard, in the time I've been alive, I've never driven by a billboard that says vote.
Just vote.
Like the words vote are there.
Right.
I feel that, and we were just talking about this. I signed on to Facebook, and there was something that said how to be an informed voter. I have never... I mean, this is great information, and I might go back and try to find it. But what I'm saying to you is that I'm terrified.
Corey says that the median voter in Arizona is 58, white, and male.
I mean, ladies.
And in Arizona, if you are 58, white, and male, chances are you're a fucking Republican. That's why this is a fucking red state. Like,
I remember.
This is why everybody in this community, in the Hispanic community, in the black community, if everybody decided to get out there and actually vote, we could knock this shit out. Like,
yes, the ads against the Democrats are being funded by a Republican committee out of Washington with no idea. Yes, you're so right.
They don't care. They just want red, and that's the thing. And
so I know that I'm tired of seeing the ads. I know that you're tired of seeing the ads. But if you do the right thing, you won't see the ads that you don't want to see anymore. You'll see the ones of the people that you want to see running. You'll see, like, bitch, I lost my lid when Hillary debuted that commercial on TV, and the young man is holding the hand with the young man, and then the lady's holding the hand with the lady, and then that was relatable to me.
The only way to get anything to change is to get out and vote. That's it. That's the only way, right?
And this would be a time for me to say that I encourage. I'm not one to be, I mean, I'm pretty out there, but if you feel that you could run for office in the next 2, 3, 4, whatever, You feel like this is your time. You're not joining the military, but you feel like you can be a politician, even if it's just being on the city council. If you feel like you are in that mode, something's burning inside you. I don't care if you're in the 10th grade right now watching this. Thank you. But you need to educate yourself more than just hearing from, Billy Bob, who said, oh, my dad's not voting for that guy. He, because Arizona runs like the Wild West. I want to tell you that.
Oh, yeah,
after being from California and being so liberated and then coming here and being so suffocated with oppression.
Do you know how many women, even my ex, was like, oh, I voted for whoever because that's who my husband voted for.
And I want to say, I gotta get close to the screen.
Here we go.
Close to the screen. What I want to say is, Caitlyn Jenner can suck a bag of dicks.
Oh my god. Well, this is a bad... Shut the fuck up, bitch. Oh my god. I don't want to fucking hear it. Caitlyn Jenner's well, this is a really, really not okay thing. You fucking helped put him in there. You fucking campaigned for him. You stood up for him. And now you're going to be like, I don't like this. No.
Oh, y'all were upset. You guys were arguing with each other. I went to Twitter, and then I saw her do her thing, and I was like...
Caitlyn Jenner can suck a bag of dicks and go straight to fucking hell. Sit down. Have several fucking seats while I pull the fucking chair out from under you.
I was like, okay, you went to the... You knew what was wrong when you did it.
Like...
Oh, over $2 billion has been spent.
By the candidates for Illinois governor. Like, this is... They know what this election means right now. The Republicans are fucking terrified because they have been fucking up left, right, and center. The Republicans are scared. That's why they are dumping millions upon millions of dollars into these midterm elections for governors, for Senate seats that are open, for whatever it is. They don't care. They just want their people in there. We need to not let that happen. That's the whole thing.
Because you know what happens? Like, when that happens, it becomes incestual, and then it becomes...
And we have no fucking term limit, so you have fucking John McCain sitting in the goddamn fucking... Until he's 460 years old. You're done, dude. Like, he had to... John McCain had to die to lose his seat. Because he wouldn't just be like, all right, I'm done, I need to... No. The only way he got out of office was to die. That is too long. That's too long. Like, that's not...
How long it took to get Sheriff Joe gone.
Like, this is not okay. If you need a ride to the polls on voting day, call me. I will find a way to get you there.
Ryan said that Uber is giving free rides on
Uber has free rides on election day.
I will check to see if Lyft is.
Like, there are options. You need somebody to go with you? Do you not want to go by yourself? I'll go with you. I will happily go with you.
Bitch, I will take the day off.
Like, this is...
I can't take the day off to march. I can't explain it to you. I work in a weird situation. I can't explain this to you.
I would rather take the day off to help somebody vote than to march. And that's me personally. I will happily march.
I have marched.
But I have marched. Good Lord. I was at the Black Lives... Remember? I was there when all the fucking tear gas and shit. Like,
we go.
But, like, this is...
Oh, we did not mention the caravan. We mentioned it for a little bit.
Right. So you have the caravan that's coming up.
And in that caravan, there's going to be bad people. They're running for their lives.
I love how all the footage that they're showing is from, like, Iraq or some bullshit. Like, they're not even showing...
Where is that?
Like, they're not even showing footage of what is actually happening. Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh, that's right.
Corey says there are 40 early voting centers around the valley open every day until the election. 40 early voting centers.
I think...
Do you have a day off during the week? Go. If you can't get election day off, which technically is illegal, they have to give you that time to be able to go vote. But if you happen to have a random day off during the week, go now. Don't wait.
I don't think you don't have to be registered for that. I mean, you have to be registered to vote, but you don't have to be registered for early vote.
No, not for that. You can go. Like, go.
You can go
Vote. There are 40 early voting centers.
That's just in the valley.
There is zero excuse. And frankly, I don't want to hear it. I don't. If you tell me, well, I didn't want to.
Oh, my biggest pet peeve is, it's not going to matter anyway.
Right. Obviously it does, because look where we are. And if you can't think of a better reason to vote, everybody watching this knows me. Obviously. You're watching this. You at least know who I am. What is happening directly affects me. Me. Not some random faceless person. Me. And you know other people that this will directly affect.
Oh, sorry, not to interrupt you. The voting centers, you don't have to live in the district where the voting center is. You can vote outside your district or outside of where you live.
So just find the closest one to go.
If you work near an early voting place, you could leave work to go to the early voting place, and they're open late too.
Fucking go.
Because one of my workplaces is an early voting place.
Like, just fucking go. And for God's sakes, don't come to any trans person and be like, yeah, I didn't want any of them, so I just didn't vote. I don't.
Or somebody walked up to me today and said, "What's all the fuss with Trump and the community?" I said, "Ooh, I'm gonna walk away and let you be educated."
Yeah, like
the world is a powerful thing, and we're letting someone dictate how we should live. This is what's happening. We are letting someone dictate. Do you hear that? Dictate how we live our lives. Because when he's done destroying that group, he'll go on to another group. He's already done so.
It won't stop with us. It won't stop with the trans community. It won't.
Or if he says, I've destroyed the T, now I'm going after the G, then I'm going after the L.
Oh, no, the lesbians will be the last because
yes,
they're hot.
I understand that.
Lesbians will be last. They're hot.
Or he'll make them into slaves or something. I don't know. But, I mean, it's your life. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm encouraging you.
Oh, no, I'm going to tell you what to do.
Also, you do not need to fill out the entire ballot. Don't let it overwhelm you. I say, bitch, hold on. Because in my area, there's a whole bunch of, like, tax things and overrides for schools. Bitch, I'll tell you what. I read some of these overrides. I read some of this tax stuff. If you read I'm into that whole... Bitch, I'm nosy, so... I've read everything from back to front, and then I go look somewhere else.
Go back to front. Always go front.
Well, you're gross. But I have... If you are not sure what something means, don't ask a friend. Please do not ask a friend. And don't go to some radical website that's trying to tell you that God found Peter and told him that the taxes need to be raised so that, you know, the little children can go to school. That
Phoenix Magazine actually has a breakdown of a lot of the things.
Is it in our issue?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, if you pick up our issue
of Phoenix Magazine, they break down a lot of the candidates, they break down a lot of the propositions. In, like, very basic
And a lot of the
terms.
news stations have it, they don't care about these people. They really don't. Because some of the shit is written.
Yeah, some of them are just
some of the shit is written like, they don't fucking care about you.
Right.
Like, it's written in plain English, like, if you care about this, they don't care about you.
Right. So there are plenty of resources out there for you to be able to break down some of these propositions. But like Corey said, you don't... If it's very overwhelming, which I know it can be, and I know that sometimes people, if you are dyslexic or if you have other...
They have reading machines.
They do, but there's things that sometimes it can make it very overwhelming to try and pick up all this video.
That's why I'm saying go to the news sites. Right. It tells you what this proposition is, how it affects you, and why you would want to vote for it. Or why you don't.
Ooh. So, Josh, who I competed with back at USofA a long time ago, he says, since Freddy is running again, I have a question. Given the current climate, should politics still be a topic off the table in an interview for national pageants? Well, funny, No, I don't think it should be, actually, because
it affects our community.
It affects the community. It could potentially affect any potential title holders. It could, as a national title holder, you now become a representative and somebody that people look to
in your community,
within your community, and around the country, and sometimes even around the world, depending on what you do with it. And you are now in a position where you can really
turn the tape.
You can turn things. You can educate. You can reach out. And I absolutely think that if you're going to run for something, it's a drag pageant. That's great, and it's wonderful that you can entertain. But I think you also need to be able to represent outside of that. I think that you should also be able to speak on something if someone were to ask you. If someone were to say, hey, can you come speak at our event or whatever, then I think that you need to be able to speak on that. And, if in an interview, if someone said, well, what do you think about this thing that's happening? And somebody went, oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't really pay attention to politics. I'd be like, no, that's a big fat fucking zero from me.
Hi, JJ. But as a representative of any pageant system, no matter you're a local title holder or an international title holder, I think that you should have your words lined up and ready to go, because you are the face of your community. And if the community is behind you, then why don't say, oh, I don't watch the news.
And I mean, everybody already knows that I am very outspoken when it comes to these things. And
well, me too.
Like,
I haven't even started writing yet.
Like, this is...
Y'all know me and my writing.
And if something were to come up in an interview or at all in terms of politics, I will speak on it. I will happily
with Wigs
speak
of
on
a
it.
Kind says, you have the platform to speak and teach. Use your voice.
And that's exactly it. That's kind of the reason why we do this, and why doing this, we don't talk about drag bullshit. Which, like,
we're in drag, but we're not
right, like it's different. Like, there's plenty
drag.
of other shit out there. There's other shows if you want to go talk about nothing but RuPaul's Drag Race or whatever the fuck. That's fine, but we're using this as a different.
This is
as a different platform. We're using this as a way to educate. How many people have said, "Oh, I totally learned something new on the Fefe," or "I totally
this weekend." This weekend. Everywhere we go, there's somebody that says, oh, I can't wait for you guys to come back. I love what you guys present. So I'm not just shooting the breeze here.
No.
And if you knew how hard we work on this, I know that it doesn't seem like, I mean, if you saw this show sheet.
You have no idea.
Sometimes, if we both hack at this week I did not have time because I worked a little bit. But, if we both hack at this, it looks like a dissertation sometimes. We just keep scrolling.
And the reason we do that is because we do have this platform.
Yes, the face that runs the place.
Whether we have, 10 people watching or 100 people watching, it's still a platform. And that's why we choose to use this platform for these kinds of discussions rather than, oh my god, did you see what she was wearing? And because... I mean, what the fuck?
Oh, that was good for your first try. Yes.
I don't know how. Blech.
I let somebody else do that with big hair. So, with that being said, I want to say something, but it just it gave me that chill on my neck.
Do it. Just do it.
And I mean to offend you because I want you to do something about it. White gay men. Mm-hmm. It's not about you anymore. Mm-hmm. White gay men, do something for your POCs.
White gay cis men in particular.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
I'm just throwing that. White gay cis men in particular.
White gay women.
Cis women mostly.
Cis women. Well.
Yeah, I know. There's still a certain amount of it. Yes, I know.
Please know that it's not about you anymore. Please know that other people are affected not just by blonde highlights, by makeup tutorials, by what you say to each other, what you teach each other, what you teach your children, what you say to the future generation, and what you do. Don't talk about, oh, I'm going to do this, oh, I'm going to do that, oh, I'm going to do this. When you buy Jeffree Star makeup, you're not supporting the cause. I said it.
Or
Don't.
Or Kat Von D at this point.
Well, that was a gift, so I am wearing Kat Von D.
Well, you didn't. But
what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to slate people. I'm not trying to stab people in their egos. What I'm trying to say is, y'all don't know what it's like to be in this mass universe. Because in my head, we're talking about the tea disappearing. For the last, almost 10 years of my life, the tea has been my life.
Yeah, it's just about... Oh,
I mean, people that taught me how to...
Right.
Or how to be myself.
Ooh,
Though that's a broken nail. That's a broken nail. It's fine. I broke it the other day.
Don't wave that with the other hand.
But anyway, but people that taught me how to be myself are the T. Not just cisgender white males that only seem to care about themselves and seeing themselves naked on Instagram. You're welcome.
And there you have it.
Though I do enjoy them on Instagram.
But
I do. I'm a weak. But please vote. We should not be begging. We should not have billboards that beg us to vote. This is ridiculous.
I love have you seen, I know we're like way over, but that's okay. So
but this is important.
It is important. There are I can't remember the specific countries now. I think Australia is one of them.
And there's still people watching and sharing this.
I think there are some in I think Australia may be one of them. I think there's a few European countries where it's mandatory to vote. It is mandatory to vote.
Like a jury
If
thing?
you do not vote, you get a fine.
Oh, like the juror. Like the juror.
Like you...
I don't say the word right. You're welcome.
If you do not vote, you get a fine. Like that's, there are some countries, and I'm trying to, I can't remember specifics. I'll have to look at it. But there are... I'm
gonna go on that one. Josh says this. He said, I'd even expand on the G, L, B in general, meaning gay, lesbian, and bisexual in general, that the T only matters when it's time to fund Pride Fest.
Yeah, pretty much. They want our money, but they don't really want to include us. That's kind of how that works. But there are countries where the second when you turn 18, you are automatically registered to vote unless you opt out.
Is that along with the gun control?
And most of those countries have gun control.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Funny how that works.
Mandatory voting. No guns for you.
Funny, but it's cool. Whatever.
I'm just
people are actually like, well, that infringes on my right. Your right to what? To having it be mandatory to vote infringes on what exactly? Like. Yeah, I don't know. We are so bass-ackwards in this country right now, and we need to really...
Bass-ackwards? What is that?
Bass-ackwards. Yeah, it's...
Oh, I got heated. Look at that.
I can't.
Marissa, you might have to redo the back of the sleeve. It got hot real quick.
It's, This is
serious,
This is an interesting time that we're living in right now.
But
because what's happening is...
Has anybody noticed that their anxiety has gone up? I know for a fact that when I get on the train, that nobody knows what the fuck is going on with me.
Josh, this is true.
Freddie, this is why I
the
can't.
interview would be 5 hours between the two of us. We'd just go on. This is why you have to. Yeah. No.
They're like, sir,
7 minutes.
Over.
7 minutes. 7 minutes was 7 minutes.
You need to go now.
Be escorting me out. No, but wait, I have one more thing. Wait a minute. Yeah, no.
Winning in the category of not interview.
Scoring a 0 in interview because it went for 3 hours would be, that's
automatic voter registration was a ballot initiative that failed early. What?
Yeah.
Did I vote on that?
It's something like that. Something like that will never pass in Arizona. That's the whole thing, though. Things like that won't pass in Arizona.
Okay, so Corey, you need to tell me if I'm wrong or not. But I know for a fact that they're watching Texas. There was 3 other ones that they're watching very closely. And I think Arizona was one of them. They are watching. When I say they, I mean the stupids is watching all of this. They might be watching this podcast right now.
This is hardcore red territory right here.
And they do not, for the life of me, they don't want anything to change. It has almost turned blue before.
I know, we've been awfully close. We have been awfully close.
Like, almost like you feel it, like, on your skin, and
like,
then, like, they go, ooh.
Yeah, like, it's been close, and that's why the voting is important, because change is possible, and it's been too close that...
Oh, Florida.
It's
so
totally possible, but we just need to...
My eye is on Florida.
Oh, God.
You know why my eye is on Florida?
Because that's where you get all your news?
Yeah, that too. But actually, I'm not the only one that finds weird news. Never mind. I'll go on about it another time. But Florida, when Oompa Loompa was there, 45, they had that discussion with those Parkland kids. You know how many of those Parkland kids are turning 18?
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Florida. Yeah. Because you know what those Parkland kids are doing? They're canvassing really hard. Oh, yeah. They want their gun control, because I think that is on their ballot. They want everything to do. Yeah. And that little girl, she ain't going nowhere, baby.
And that's the thing. The more they do this shit, the more that they...
Illinois, so that's 5.
Yeah, the more they're encouraging a lot of these populations to really get out there and vote. When you have a lot of these... The trans kids that are turning 18, the kids that have been victims of school shootings turning 18, like...
Can you post a link to that website, Corey?
Yeah, so...
Excuse me. She says Unite Here was instrumental in flipping California from red to blue. Oh, wow, I almost said how old I was. Well, it's not a secret. Anyway, when I registered to vote, I believe in 2002, whatever year it was, California was doing like hardcore, like, we're red, we're blue, we're red, we're blue. You know what happened? They started leaning on the young kids. They started playing these young commercials, even during Saturday morning cartoons. Yes, I watch Saturday morning cartoons. I don't care. But they started playing that young card, and Arizona hasn't caught up yet. But we need them young people to get out and vote. Yeah. So the farmers are the swing votes in Illinois. Oh,
yeah, I believe it.
Now that will be the true test if they believe Mr. Frontface.
I don't know. He's made a lot of promises and have basically failed on pretty much all of them. So
he walked across the lawn the other day saying he's going to give tax cuts to the middle class. That's not farmers, is that?
Tax cut? Bullshit. Whatever. Bullshit.
It has to go through something.
Right.
I'm going to make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Of course he is. So, anyway.
Wow, we got heated. Right. My hands are red now.
So we're all...
I've been squeezing on this laptop. I'm surprised it hasn't, popped.
Right.
But,
please vote. Please vote. Again, if you need help going to a polling station or whatever, call somebody. Whether it's here, whether it's wherever you are. If you need, there is somebody that will help you. Uber has free rides on election day. There are ways to get where you need to go. The library. There's all sorts of things that you can do. Please make sure that you vote. Please make sure that you are checking in on your trans friends, your trans family.
And those in
make sure that they're...
You're non-binary, too, because they fall under this.
You know, make sure that you know, you are being a support system for those of us who need it. I'm very fortunate in a lot of ways, but not everybody is. So please, please, please keep in mind that honestly, this is not about you.
I don't hear from
this
him,
specific thing is not about you. This is about us, and this is something that needs to be, you know.
Corey, Corey, if that is open to everybody, we will have people send you messages because I need people to be educated in their votings.
If you need help with anything, please message Felicia and I. We can.
I do have a couple of friends that
we can send you in the right direction. We can
that are
find you
educating
resources.
voters.
Like there's things that we can do.
This is how you know it's bad because there are people volunteering their own time to go through the election book with you.
Right. So, please vote. Please check in on your trans friends. If you are trans and you are watching this, I promise you are not by yourself. You are not alone. You don't have to deal with this by yourself.
Is there a trans helpline? I read that.
Yeah, there is. I have to find that. I don't know what the number is.
I'll post the trans.
And again, I would highly recommend if you are in Arizona to, if you're able to donate to AZ Typo because they take care of the kids and their families, and it's the kids now. Like they see this, they see what's going on.
Trans Lifeline is what
they're going to need. They're going to need that extra help. So if you need information on AZ Typo, message me. I will give it to you. But they are who I would absolutely recommend. Or you can just tell them. That is the phone number for the Trans Lifeline.
877-565-8860. 8860. Yes.
So if you need to reach out to somebody anonymously, which is totally fine. If you need to send
it to somebody or you think they need it.
Right. There is help out there for you. Again, if you need resources, you can message Felicia or myself, and we can make sure that you find resources regardless of where you are in the country. I will happily help you with that.
Don't make me go to Illinois and find you.
Unless you want to book us.
Well, that too. I'll take a booking while I'm there and escort you to the poll.
Right. So, I guess we got shit. Hang on, what else we got? Real quick, stuff that's going on.
Oh, it's not moving. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Okay, so upcoming stuff, real quick. We've got bingo, of course. Tomorrow night at the Cash. Please come out. It's fun. It's free.
We give away sex toys.
Right?
Why does... I'm surprised our bar is not full.
Right? We literally give away sex toys for free. It costs you nothing to play. I'm just saying. We've got
one called the Fefe, actually.
I know. We have a sex toy called the Fefe. You can think of us every time you use it. We have 2 cat bingos coming up in November. One on Saturday, November 3rd, rather than the Friday. It's a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Also Friday, November...
Was that me?
I don't know. Something. Friday, November 30th is also one. That happens at La Gatara in Tempe. I've got a show this Friday coming up with Espresso Grande over at C7.
Yes,
it's going to be my first official appearance as Mr. King of the Desert USofA MI Classic.
That tie is giving me nerve.
I know. I'm going to have to message Christina. And then I'm back at C7 again on the 9th of November. Pretty much. So the following week, I'm back at C7 with Espresso as well.
I'm going to beat her ass. Right. That is it. I'm over her.
Oh, shit. Sorry. This coming Sunday, I am at The Rock at Southern Fried Sundays with the Southern Belle.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm going to be there.
You didn't tell me about the taco buffet.
There's a taco buffet. Sassy is also going to be performing. Tons and Helen are hosting there, performing there as well.
So don't wear my corset?
Don't wear your corset. Show starts at 2 p.m. and for $10 you can come into the show. There's a taco buffet, all sorts of stuff. November 15th through the 18th, Felicia and I plus Coco Bardot will be in Austin, Texas for the Austin International Drag Festival, which will be super, super awesome. I can't wait for that.
And we're broadcasting from there. I'm so nervous.
We might even be doing that twice. Yeah. Because we're going to be there Wednesday.
That was like a nervous throw up.
Oh, hell. And please keep an eye out on our Facebook and Instagram for upcoming guests and all sorts of stuff that we've got going on.
But you can tell them the ones that I got in less than 4 hours.
All right. Well, some of the guests that we have coming up this season, we've got Dita Savage, Miss Diva of the Desert USofA Diva, who is my counterpart, my teammate. We have Lady Christian, entertainer and jewelry maker, made this tie. Well, I guess Christina technically made the tie, but it's on whatever. Mm-hmm. Dolly from the Boulay Brothers Dragula Season 2 is going to be here as well. We have Muffy Fish Basket, who I'm really excited about because I love her to death. She's a Chicago-based queen who was on Camp Wanakiki.
Wait, no. You're not just fond of her. We had this talk today. I told her that you have talked about her for over a year.
I have. Because she's fucking fantastic. She was on Camp Wanakiki. She also started the drag queens, the Storytime with Drag Queens in Chicago as well. She's a phenomenal queen and an amazing person, and I'm really stoked that she's going to be on the show. Like I met her last year at Austin, and she's just amazing. Jose Miguel Santiago is a former news anchor.
He's the publicist behind the Maricopa animal shelters.
Oh, he's a publicist behind the Maricopa
so
animal
maybe he'll bring
shelters.
some puppies.
No Lord. And was featured in Felicia's drag queen matchmaker, which we have another candidate for that, by the way. So
yes, we'll have to start working on that after we
right. Yeah, no, we can't.
I can't deal right now.
So, yeah, keep an eye out for those. We have more people that we're getting lined up as well. Thank you so much to our sponsor, Shelly Love Creative, which you can find her at ShellyLoveCreative.com. She's an amazing photographer.
I need to put some of her pictures.
If you need wedding pictures, if you need family holiday pictures, she's actually...
Do this?
No, you can do that.
She's not.
I don't generally ask her to... She's busy.
But she's available for your booking.
She is. She's actually, she's got a deal going on right now. If you want, like, a short sort of family session for holiday photos, she's actually doing that.
I don't know if I want holiday photos.
No, I'm just saying. Thank you to wigsofakind.com for making Felicia's hair, for making the hair that I wore in the photo shoot, and it's actually coming with me to Austin.
Yeah.
Thank you to the burlybarbers.com who did my hair before.
If you're gonna go on Saturday, you need to make an appointment ahead of time. Because
Yes.
I've tried to make an appointment the last 2 Saturdays.
They've been busy, which is awesome.
And I'm like, this is what I get for promoting you. I can't even get an appointment.
Well, you need to be better about it.
So, maybe I should do that right now.
So, and
the
special...
hair under here is getting the mail.
It is. Special thank you to our supporters on Patreon. Brandon, Leanne, Carrie, and Patricia, and Molly.
And Corey.
And Corey, and everybody else who supports us on Patreon. We're working on new content for that as well.
And pretty soon you'll be able to hear us better.
Yes, that's what we're working on. That's one thing.
Oh, the sound hasn't been that bad this season.
I know,
I've
but I would
listened
like
back to. You want to hear us touch ourselves.
Yes,
kind of
yes,
like,
I do. I want us in like high def sound.
So they're like, ew, is she scratching herself?
Yes, pretty much.
That's what I've been doing.
If you want more information on how to support us on Patreon, you can go ahead and send one of us a message and we can point you in the right direction. Be sure to like this episode, subscribe, and share it with all your people.
Include all the people that you know are Trump supporters, because I like to get to know them, and I like them to get to know me. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I would fight them, but I might.
You got really black there.
You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Special thanks to all of you who watch live and to those that watch on the replay. Hi, Jessica.
And thank you guys for hanging with us as we kind of ran over like half an hour.
Where's my date book? The next person... Oh, I don't know who the next person is. Because
we'll
I'm trying to get somebody for Halloween. Do you know how difficult it is
Nobody
to book
wants to be here on Halloween.
A drag person or anybody on Halloween?
Nobody wants to be here on Halloween.
We'll just dress up.
It's fine.
Here. It's fine. I'm
cool.
sure Captain Don't Give a Fuck will fuck up the country somehow in a week.
It's fine.
He'll tweet something.
So, yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging with us, and we will see you next week. Good night.